निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निर्विघ्नं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम गुणात्मिकमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगम्यानगम्यं मुनिदेयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महासेनाय धीमहि तन्नः षण्मुखः प्रचोदयात्। वेदान्तार्थस्वरूपाय वेदान्तार्थविदायिने वेदान्तार्थविदे नित्यं विदिताय नमो नमः। नमो गुहाय भूतानां गुहासुनिहिताय च गुह्याय गुह्यरूपाय गुह्यागमविदे नमः। तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो नन्दी प्रचोदयात्। वक्षसाधनशङ्कया विचलितो वैवस्वतो निर्जराः कोटिरोज्ज्वलरत्नदीपकलिकानीराजनं कुर्वते दृष्ट्वा मुक्तिवधूस्तनोति निवृताशेषं भवानीपते। यच्चेतस्तव पादपद्मभजनं तस्येह किं दुर्लभम्। महादेव्यै च विद्महे शिवकाम्यै च धीमहि तन्नो ब्राह्मी प्रचोदयात्। नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः। नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियतापनतात्मतां कामजीवनां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु दुष्टां दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरां नाशयते तमः। ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। ॐ नमो भगवते श्रीरमणाय। दिनचन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति अज्ञानध्वान्तविध्वंस प्रचण्डमतिभास्करम् आत्मनो ब्रह्मधान्यानं नीराजनमिहात्मनः अन्तर्ज्योतिः बहिर्ज्योतिः प्रत्यज्योतिपरात्परः ज्योतिर्ज्योतिः स्वयं ज्योतिः आत्मज्योतिशिवोऽस्म्यहम् शिवोऽस्म्यहम् 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 शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्।
Your existence always exists. Never is there a time when it is not. Being forever, it is formless. It is without beginning or end. Changeless, without boundary or limit. It is transcendent of the body and of all thought. It is of a nature of Sat-Chit-Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss. If you discern that you are not the body, and you abandon the false sense of individuality or ego, that your nature is eternal being, conscious bliss, will be self-evident. The self is only Brahman, and never otherwise. You cannot become other than what you are, so discern what in truth you are. It is not another. You are without the false sense of otherness. You are not an object, gross or subtle. To know yourself, you must make your vision non-objective. And it is only by knowing, realizing what the self is, that you know what Brahman is. So know yourself, inquiring, discerning. The self is non-objective. The knower cannot become the known. By inquiry, negate the objective portion of your experience. And see what your existence actually is. Remove the attributes of the known from the knower upon which they've been superimposed. Free yourself of that misidentification. You cannot be some objective form, a body, a mind, etc., and Brahman simultaneously. So which is it? What you are always. If it's not always, it's not what you are. Being, existence, alone exists. Other than existence, it is not. Consciousness alone knows. Existence, consciousness, bliss. You yourself are the happiness that is sought. Existence alone exists, not existing as something, but existence itself. What is it? You are not what is perceived in the senses. You are not that which is conceived in the mind. Cease to misidentify as such. There is self-knowledge.
Thank you, Naomi, for teaching. It's such a privilege to be able to be here and to listen to the teachings of non-duality. I just was reading from the talks, and somebody had asked Bhagwan that, if I can recollect correctly what it says, that to some extent it was, I don't need to do anything to exist, so should I just not do anything? And Bhagwan said that all the effort has to be made when you are inquiring to get to the state where you can get to effortless samadhi. And I was remembering Upadesha Sara that says in the last line, Mahadidam tapo ramanavagiyam. It is a lot of effort to get to that state. And I just keep thinking that if I put in the effort for inquiry, I get a state of peace. But if I let these thoughts run wild, even though intellectually I know that it is not real, it is, as you have mentioned many times, it's not real in its content or in its occurrence. And I'm just constantly, praying to Bhagwan to give that one-pointedness, that ability to be able to constantly do that, because I know that, last time you mentioned that the ego, it's not real. If I can only inquire and see that it is not real, then I can be that. But I give it that misidentification, and then it just goes riot. So, mahadidam tapo.
Existence is effortless. You do not do anything in order to exist. Practice is effort. The effort is aimed at the destruction of misidentification, which is the elimination of the ignorance. To that you should give all effort. You can constantly inquire, not necessarily think the thoughts associated with the knowledge, but the discerning clearly, inwardly, what your nature is. The discernment to which existence comprehends itself. Consciousness knows itself. This can be continuous. There is no good time to be ignorant. Ignorance is born of imagination. Bondage is imaginary only. Who is it that does not know the self? Where is she? Even if you would think that this is not possible, His grace will make it so. Grace is ever present, just as existence is ever existent. It is not something given, it already is. We just need to be keenly aware of it. Is there any doubt regarding what your true nature is? If so, even in the very instance of such imagination, you should inquire. Inquire to know who you actually are. If there are thoughts, inquire for whom they are. You will find thought to be, yes, unreal, both in content and in occurrence. How could you be bound by something that is not real? Just how real is the reality? And just how unreal is the unreality? They are completely so. It is in this that one finds the finality of true knowledge.
I think about it as doing the math, that when something is unreal or when something is completely real. So when it is completely real, I try to think about what it is. It's infinite. It has just got no boundaries. It's eternal. It's completely without time. And if I have to look for something for that, or something that is time-bound, that's limited, how do I not put the effort on that? Why do I not do that?
You are not in time. You are timeless. That means you are unborn and imperishable. Existence, the self, is never limited. It is without location and timeless. Who knows the time? Apply your effort there. Who is it that does not know this? If you inquire in such a manner, the individuality of the individual vanishes, being unreal, and the reality alone remains, comprehending itself. The real is completely so, which leaves no scope for illusion. And if something is unreal, such as the world, it is completely so. Hence Brahma Satya, Brahman is truth. Jagan Mithya, the world is illusion or false or unreal. And the individual or jiva is none other apara than Brahman.
The Ribhu Gita is what I was reading this morning on the 64 examples. Just what about how unreal is the world and in all these different examples as you are mentioning it. And I mean, thank you for translating the Ribhu Gita as well into English. It's such a powerful help.
Yes, Ribhu has been very gracious towards us.
Thank you.
Thank you for the discourse this morning. Just had a couple things I wanted to chat about. First is, when I woke up this morning, it's early, and I usually get up and to wake myself up fully to meditate, I'll do some word puzzles for a few minutes, and that usually wakes me up and I meditate. But this morning I couldn't even do the word puzzles. I was so sleepy, and I thought, well, I'll just go back to sleep, wake up, and meditate then. But something said, why can't I meditate? There shouldn't be something that keeps me from meditating. So I put on my headphones, I got my phone out, and I selected a meditation night recording. And the first question you ask was, with what identity do you approach meditation? It was the perfect question because I was approaching meditation misidentified with a sleepy mind. And as soon as I started to look at that, I just woke right up. And you went on to say that if you're misidentified with the mind or as an individual, your meditation is limited. But if you identify with consciousness, there are no limitations. So I think I learned a couple things from it. One is be attentive how I approach meditation. Make sure my identity is existence, consciousness, that's what I'm clearly identified, then meditate. If not, do that first, then meditate. And the other thing was just sort of the general knowledge that there isn't anything that should ever stop me from meditating. It's just the thought of it is all it is. It's nothing more than just that.
If something appears to obstruct meditation, meditate more. And more intensely, with more depth. Waking, dreaming, and even deep dreamless sleep. Who is the experiencer of such states? The states all pass by. Something still remains. What is that?
That brings me to my second question, and it's about momentum in my practice. And I've never really thought about that way about meditation. But what I've found over the last several months, since I've been using this app to meditate with several times during the day, and I don't know how long it is, it may be a couple hours, but I can feel when I'm meditating enough that there's like a threshold that I go beyond, that the tendency to misidentify becomes weaker than the tendency to turn inward and meditate. And I don't know that I have a question about it. It's kind of obvious. I mean, you just said, meditate more, deeply, thoroughly, and intensely. But I've never felt it strong enough that when I can tell when I'm not meditating enough. I can tell when that intensity just throughout the day doesn't continue, and then I just stop and meditate. There's very few times when I can't just put on my headphones and listen to a satsang again, and then I'm back where I want to be. I'm back happy and myself again.
Persevere. Persevere until all the vasanas, or tendencies, of which we've spoken, are gone. Persevere, turning inward until the mind's tendency to have, as you called it, a tantrum.
I forgot. Yeah. Minor or major.
And until that is destroyed,
Yeah.
persevere. Then you'll rest content when that can never occur again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Well, I think I'm maybe one of the most lucky people in the world because I get to commute here for a couple of hours each way, and I get to listen to the Ribhu Gita and Nomi, and oftentimes my husband is, when I'm trying to share some Ribhu Gita with him, and trying to share, God is everywhere, love is everywhere, Brahman is everywhere. We're it, you're it, we're all it. And he'll say, but where's the love? Where's the love? Where's the heart? And this morning I was driving here, and I was listening to chapter 13, verse 53. I hope I never forget that. And it was all about love. It was all about, and sometimes in the Ribhu Gita and many of the other traditions, not traditions, but Advaita that I've studied, it doesn't use the word love, but it often uses the word bliss. And then I realized that really love and bliss are the same thing. That's from my point of view, anyway. And so, excuse me. So I just wanted to thank you again, Nomi, for bringing up love. And I was just thinking about when I come here, it feels like back in the 60s when when all the teenagers were being hippies. I didn't actually get to be a hippie, but the concept of a love-in was great. And I thought, that's what I want. That's what I want to be in all day long, is a love-in. And that's what it feels like here. We're in a love-in, a great love-in. It's wonderful. And just to recognize that consciousness is love. And you were really saying that today, I think, in chapter 13. Love and consciousness are really the same thing. Maybe we see it differently, especially if we're not focused on loving an object, if we're just in love with being and existence, then we can be there anytime we recognize it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll give you more on that next time. Excuse me.
That is right.
Chapter 13, verse 53, guys. In Nomi's version of the Ribhu Gita. I haven't checked the other one to see how they match.
From Yoga Vasishta. Idam tvayuktam mityantar jnate sodedi bhavanat yasmadayuktad vairasyad yaya kila virajyate.
This is indeed not suitable. If known thus, that ascertainment arises. From the bad taste of the inappropriate, one loses interest in deed and is free from passion and ignorance.
Dvaitam tvasatyam mityantar jnate sodedi bhavana tasmad dvaitacha vairasyad yaya kila virajyate.
Duality is indeed false. Known thus, that ascertainment arises. From the bad taste of duality also one loses interest in deed and is free from passion and ignorance.
Ayam nahamiti jnate spute sodedi bhavana midhyahankarada tasmad yaya nunam virajyate.
When it is clearly known, this is not I, that ascertainment arises. From that ascertainment, one loses interest in the false egoism instantly and surely.
Brahmaivaham iti jnane satye sodedi bhavana tasmin satye nije rupe yadhanta pariliyate.
In the truth of the knowledge, I am Brahman alone, that ascertainment arises. In that truth of one's innate nature, the individual dissolves.
Sati vistaraje tasmin brahmedamidi vetmyaham tvamaham tvadibadetad sadityadi jagadagadam.
You, I, and such seem to be in contradiction or in opposition. Brahman alone is, I know this. In that expanse, that truth permeates the universe.
Satyam sarva pragaradhyam brahmedamidi vetmyaham na me dukkham na karmani na me moho na vanchitam.
Truthfully, by all the extensive different ways I know that Brahman alone is, sorrow, karma, delusion, and desire are not from me.
Samaswastho vishokosmi brahmahamiti satyata kala kalanga muktosmi sarvamasmi niramayaha.
I am equanimity, self-abiding, free from sorrow. I am Brahman, the reality. I am liberated from the multiplicity and blemish. I am all, the untainted, the pure.
Natyajami na vanchami brahmahamiti satyata aham raktamaham mamsam ahamaktinaham vapuhu.
I do not relinquish or desire. I am Brahman, the reality. I am the blood, I am the flesh, I am the bones, I am the body.
Chidaham chetanam chaham brahmahamiti satyata dvairaham khamaham sarkam ahamasha bhuvopyaham.
I am consciousness. I am also sentient. I am Brahman, the reality. I am heaven. I am space. I am the sky with the sun. I am the desire to attain heaven also.
Aham khatapatakaro brahmahamiti satyata aham trinamaham chorvi gulmoham kananadyaham.
I am of the nature of the pot and cloth. I am Brahman, the reality. I am the grass, I am the earth, I am the thicket, I am the forest, and such.
Shaila sagara sarthoham brahmekatvam kilasthetam adanadana sankocha purvika bhuta shaktayah.
I am Brahman, the singleness that exists in multitudes of mountains, oceans, ancient than the giving, taking, shrinking, and such powers of the elements indeed.
Sarvameva chidatmasmi brahmanyadata rupadrik lata gulmangaradinam aham sambhavanaishinam.
All are indeed consciousness self. I am the creepers, the clumps of trees, the shoots and such, spreading out and assuming forms in Brahman, desiring to become such.
Chidatmanandargadam shantam param brahma rasatmakam yasmin sarvam yatas sarvam yat sarvam sarvataschayat.
That is which is in everything, from which is everything, that which is everything, and that which is all-pervading. Being the inmost, the consciousness self, is the peaceful supreme Brahman, full of the essence.
அத்வைத நிச்சய ஞானத்தினால் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்கின்ற சமாதி உரைக்கும் அத்தியாயம். சகலாதிஷ்டான பர பிரம்ம மன்றீம் ஜகத்தோற்றம் சற்றேனும் இல்லை என்றும் அகிலமுமே சத்திய சித் சுகமாய் நின்ற ஆன்மாவுக்கபின பர பிரம்மென்றும் வெகு திருடமாம் உறுதியுடன் அகண்டான்மாவில் வேறறவே நிற்பதுவான் நிஷ்டை தன்னை நிகில ஜெகநாயகனாம் பரேஷன் முன்னம் நிகழ்த்தியவா நிதகனினக்கிங்கு சொல்வாம். அரூருவாமான்மாவு கபினமான அகண்டை கரசவழிவாம் பிரம்மத்தின்கள் பிரிவனவே தோற்றியிடும் நாம ரூப பேதமெல்லாம் விசாரிக்கில் பெரிதே இல்லை. சர்வமுமே சாந்த பர பிரம்மம் என்றும் சலனமில்லா அப்ரம்ம நானே என்றும் நிர்மலமாம் உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி நின்னுடைய நிஜ வடிவில் நிலைத்து நிற்பாய். சித்தமுதல் தோற்றியிடும் தோற்றம் எல்லாம் சின்மயமாம் பிரம்மமலாதிலவே இல்லை. புத்தி முதல் தோற்றியிடும் தோற்றம் எல்லாம் பூரணமாம் பிரம்மமலாதிலவே இல்லை. எத்வைத தோற்றமுமே பிரம்மம் என்றும் ஏக பரிபூரணமாம் அது நான் என்றும் அத்வைத உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். இருளென்றும் மொழி என்றும் இதரமென்றும் இதுவென்றும் அதுவென்றும் நீ நான் என்றும் மருளென்றும் தெருளென்றும் மாய என்றும் மனதென்றும் மனோமயமாம் விகாரமென்றும் உருவென்றும் மருவென்றும் ஒன்றும் இல்லை. உள்ளதெல்லாம் பரமென்றும் அது நான் என்றும் மருளென்றும் உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். ஈசன் என்றும் இவன் முதலாம் ஜகத்தீதென்றும் யானிங்கோர் ஜீவன் என்றும் ஜனிப்போன் என்றும் பாசமதால் பத்தன் என்றும் பதைப்போன் என்றும் பாலன் என்றும் விருத்தன் என்றும் நசிப்போன் என்றும் பேசும் மனோமயக்கங்கள் இலவே இல்லை. பின்னமிலா பிரம்மமெலா மது நான் என்றே ஆசனுகா உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். சிவன் என்றும் ஹரி என்றும் விரிஞ்சன் என்றும் சிருஷ்டி என்றும் ஸ்திதி என்றும் நாசம் என்றும் தவமென்றும் ஜபமென்றும் தீர்த்தம் என்றும் தானமென்றும் தெய்வமென்றும் செய்வ என்றும் அவருற்ற மயக்கங்கள் ஒன்றும் இல்லை. களங்கமிலா பிரம்மமெலா மது நான் என்றே அவமற்ற உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். விதம் விதமாய் வேதத்தால் விதித்ததென்றும் விரிவுறவே நூல்களினால் விதித்ததென்றும் மதமதமாய் மதிக்கின்ற பொருளீதென்றும் மாய முதல் உளதென்றும் இல்லை என்றும் இது முதலாம் மயக்கங்கள் எவையும் இல்லை ஏகபர பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அதிதிருடமாம் உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். இல்லை என்றும் உள்ளதென்றும் இருமை என்றும் ஏகமென்றும் அநேகமென்றும் எல்லாம் என்றும் தொல்லை என்றும் புதுமை என்றும் மண்மை என்றும் தூரமென்றும் துக்க சுக முதலீதென்றும் சொல்லிய எம்மயக்கமெல்லாம் சுத்த பொய்யே சுககணமாம் பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அல்லலிலா உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். நனுவுகனா சுஷுப்தி என்றும் துரியம் என்றும் நாடியிடம் ஸ்தூல முதல் தேகம் என்றும் பனுவியிடம் அவையின் அபிமானி என்றும் பலவிதமாம் யஷ்டி என்றும் சமஷ்டி என்றும் மனதினுடைய மயக்கமெல்லாம் சுத்த பொய்யே மகத்தான பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அனகதிருட உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். வெகுவிதமாம் பாவம் என்றும் மரங்கள் என்றும் விசித்திரமாம் விதி என்றும் நிஷேதம் என்றும் சகுண உபாசனை என்றும் பக்தி என்றும் சகுணத்தின் ஞானம் என்றும் சதசத்தென்றும் பகருமனோ மயக்கங்கள் ஒன்றும் இல்லை பங்கமிலா பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அகமருவும் உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். நிர்மலமாம் ஸ்வரூபத்தின் தியானம் என்றும் நிர்குணமாம் ஸ்வரூபத்தின் ஞானம் என்றும் இருமையினால் உருகின்ற பந்தம் என்றும் ஏகமதாயிருக்கின்ற மோக்ஷம் என்றும் சர்வவித விகல்பமுமே சற்றும் இல்லை சலனமிலா பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அரிய திருட உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய். சத்துடனே அசத்தினுடைய விசாரம் என்றும் சரமுடனே அசரத்தின் விசாரம் என்றும் சித்துடனே அசித்தினுடைய விசாரம் என்றும் சிறுமையுடன் பெருமையதன் விசாரம் என்றும் இத்வைத விகற்பமெல்லாம் என்றும் இல்லை ஏகபர பிரம்மெல்லாம் அது நான் என்றேன் அத்வைத உறுதியினால் அனைத்தும் தள்ளி அசஞ்சலமாய் ஆன்மாவில் அமர்ந்து நிற்பாய்.
देशकोशकं धमरुम् आत्मज्ञानप्रदर्शकम् अग्निं च दगाय नमः। ॐ आनन्दप्रसारकाय नमः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकाय नमः। ॐ सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्ताय नमः। ॐ यज्ञानचक्षुषा दृश्यते तस्मै नमः। ॐ आत्मनः आत्मानुभूते नमः। ॐ सर्वव्यापिने नमः। ॐ नटराजाय नमः।